Hello scientists! This week for Kitchen Science, we are going to learn about butterflies. Butterflies are very special insects that help plants to spread their pollen and reproduce. I sent home some coloring sheets for you to review the parts of a butterfly's life cycle. You might remember learning about these when Mrs. Nowak read a story 2 weeks ago. Or perhaps you're raising a butterfly at home. These coloring sheets will help you review the life cycle from egg to caterpillar to pupa to butterfly. Before we begin our experiment, I'm going to go over a few of the important parts of a butterfly's body. Butterfly. They're members of the phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Lepidoptera, and they're flying insects with 2 pairs of delicate wings. Their wings have scales on them, which reflect light and give them their beautiful colors. They also have 3 pairs of jointed legs, 2 antennae, and a body with 3 segments. These characteristics are what make them insects. Their body consists of a head, a thorax, which is sort of like a neck, and an abdomen. Finally, butterflies have what's called a proboscis, and that's this curling thing coming from their bottom jaw. Think of it as a curled straw that allows them to sip nectar. Now, let us begin our experiment. For our experiment this week, we are going to model how butterflies spread pollen. For this experiment, you'll need a couple of things. First, a pipe cleaner, which you'll cut in half. I sent home a pipe cleaner in the same bag as your gummy worms. I already cut it in half for you. Then you'll need something powdery. You could use the orange cheese powder from Blue Box Mac and Cheese, or flour, which is what I use because I don't have mac and cheese at home. You also need a juice box. I used a straw and a cup instead because I don't drink a lot of juice. A paper plate, scissors, hole punch, colored pencils, your results paper, and 2 flowers. I included these pictures of flowers paper clipped to the back of your science for this week. Okay, now that you have everything you need, let's try the experiment. First, you want to color and cut out both of your flowers. As you can see, I've already done this. Then, place one on a paper plate, punch a hole in the middle of the other, and put that over your straw. You'll have 1 flower on your straw and 1 on your paper plate. Then, take your pipe cleaner. I need to cut mine in half because I haven't done that yet. You're going to use 1/2 to make the antenna. I did this by folding it in half and then wrapping the ends into little curly cues like this. Cute, right? Then take the other half and wrap it around the tip of your finger to make the front legs. After you've done this, you can bend the legs over to make little feet. Then I threaded my antenna through my feet, twisted it once to make it secure, and put it back on my finger. Now you have a little finger butterfly. Cute. Alrighty, I'm going to switch over to my other camera so you can see what to do next. Next, have your hungry butterfly fly and land in your cheese powder or flour. Have it sip nectar from the flower. Then, have your hungry butterfly fly to the other flower. Maybe it'll stop to sip nectar using the straw or proboscis. Have it land on one of the petals, gently tapping its feet. What happens? Your butterfly can fly back to the flower on the paper plate, sip some more nectar, and then fly back to the flower with the straw, landing on the middle and gently tapping its feet. Keep doing this and observe what happens. Your butterfly just pollinated another flower. What happened when you did your experiment? How do pipe cleaners mimic butterfly legs? You're right. Both pipe cleaners and butterfly legs are fuzzy. So, what happened when your fuzzy little butterfly landed on the flower on the paper plate? When I did it, the butterfly picked up the baking flour. Then, when the butterfly flew to the flower on the juice box and gently tapped its legs, what happened? I saw a dusting of baking flour come off my butterfly legs. What do you think happens in the real world when butterflies fly from flower to flower, sipping nectar? That's right. When a butterfly lands on one flower and sips nectar for food, it will pick up pollen on its legs and antennae. When that butterfly flies to another flower, it might deposit some of that pollen and maybe pick up more. This transfer of pollen helps plants to reproduce. Pollen is a dust made by the male part of the plant, and butterflies carry it and deposit it on the female part of the plant so that plants can make seeds. Butterflies and other pollinators like bees are really, really important because without them, we would have a hard time growing the food that we eat or growing the beautiful flowers and other plants that are all over the natural world. I hope you enjoyed this experiment and this video. Happy sciencing!